The fact that Hank is the antidote to toxic masculinity is something that fans of King of the Hill adore. Decreased gluteal syndrome is more dignified than missing leg day, thus young, fatherless guys looking for a masculine role model would be wise to choose Hank Hill above any manosphere figure. The writers of the newly released King of the Hill Hulu reboot skillfully and tactfully negotiated the rough seas of America's contemporary cultural war. Following the political humor golden rule of don't be mean, as established by series star and creator Mike Judge, the new King of the Hill series parodies elements of America's now distinctly conservative cultural landscape without voicing opinions on national political issues or making anyone feel bad for their beliefs, unless they are a top-heavy masculinity influencer in the pulsating vein of Andrew Tate or Joe Rogan. In the No Hank Left Behind episode, Hank discovered the right-wing, podcast-driven masculinity business and was able to rescue good Hank from its grasp. In the process, Hank imparted valuable life lessons to his now adolescent half-brother and the whole King of the Hill fanbase. Fans praised Hank's handling of the alarmingly prevalent trend of masculinity thieves who take advantage of young men's fears to make ridiculous sums of money and instill a chauvinist worldview in the next generation in a recent thread in the King of the Hill subreddit called Thoughts on the Andrew Tate episode? Hank's grills over Grift's attitude of masculinity may serve as motivation for those of us who are too old to fall for Tate's gimmick. I smiled at the conclusion. The top commenter on No Hanks Left Behind and the lecture by the genuine masculinity coach about respecting, valuing, and supporting the women who respect, value, and support you back stated, "It was a really good take on the pathetic nature of the manosphere and the misogyny that comes with it. Hank is a good man," they continued. Another user went one step further, describing how Hank revealed more than just Tate's in-universe persona by attributing all of his issues on his mother, who provided him funding, and women in general. Like they think it's simply sexism, these people deliberately believe women are the reason they're losers, not the reality that they are just losers who can't attract women. I follow a lot of politics and it still feels like hardly anyone grasps what the manosphere actually is, they started. This episode, in my opinion, best captures what the manosphere is, the fan concluded. Everything fantastic about this revival is encapsulated in this episode. One Redditor said on the post, "The ending with Hank pissing on Cotton's parenting was so satisfying. Going forward, not backwards, yet still maintaining its heart." Another admirer went on to say, "Hank is a man we can all aspire to be." Fans of King of the Hill have long maintained that Hank is a model of good masculinity in a society that is overflowing with instances of the contrary, amidst the turmoil of contemporary sexual politics. Although Hank is a red-blooded, football-loving, medium-rare steak-eating men's man in every conventional sense, he is also kind, patient, and confident enough in himself that he is open to hearing other people's opinions and allowing his beliefs to be altered. Hank believes that the universal and fundamental qualities of masculinity include being honest, hardworking, respectful of women, and taking care of his family. Crucially, Hank transformed himself into the perfect guy without exhibiting any admirable traits of his own. Cotton Hill was a violent, irate, and sexist father, as No Hanks Left Behind reaffirmed, but while raising Bobby, Hank was able to mold his conception of parenting around what a man ought to be rather than the father he had. Hank now has the chance to teach those teachings to a new generation as the King of the Hill revival gets underway. In other words, Hank is based and continues to prove he is one of the greatest cartoon dads, as one King of the Hill fan put it.